Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Hey, welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and we are getting some reports of some buffering issues on the video, so this might not be actually going out to anybody except, hey, Kendra, can you see our live feed on YouTube?
I will check. I think so.
Alrighty, cool. So we want to make sure that everyone can see what we're doing here.
It's going around in a circle, so I don't know.
Going around in a circle.
It's just loading.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then give us just a second. We're gonna just double check and make sure that that we are actually broadcasting this, and we'll be right back. I guess that was nothing. It works on everybody else. So I guess we're live right now, which means we should be playing a song or something. Except Kendra, we should introduce you. You are our chat room moderator.
I'm trying to figure out how to wear this hat.
This weird alien in front of me is Nate the Great, and if you've been to any Kids Learn Piano Live lessons before, you know him. Sometimes he moderates for us, and he's a really good pianist, so he's going to learn this song way faster than most people would learn the song. But anyway, Kendra, you wanted to say some stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kay.
Sorry, my mic wasn't on, I don't think.
Okay.
So here is the weekly activity.
Yes.
All you have to do is color Klopple in the floaty and then post it on social media and tag Learn Piano Live for 150 points.
Oh, wow. Those are really easy.
Isn't that so
easier. Yeah.
easy?
Cool.
It's so cool.
Fantastic. Well, today we're doing You've Got a Friend in Me, which is kind of a long song, and it's got kind of a big range of notes. So we should jump into that thing. You alien, get lost. Whoa. Hi.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I think that's the sound effect from last week.
That is indeed the sound effect.
We can still use it today, though.
All right.
Because, yeah.
You Got a Friend in Me.
Yeah.
It's supposed to start on an E, and I give you the chart on the level 1 paper if you check out the PDF, which looks a little something like this right here. Then that's going to show you all of the notes that you're going to need for this song. It's going to go from C all the way up to D. It's a pretty big range of notes. In order to find your first note, though, which is going to be an E, you're just going to take any group of 2 black notes like those, take the top one, and drag it up, and you'll always land on an E, and that is that note that you need right there, that E. So that's the first one, and if you've been with us for, yikes, I guess over a year now is the last time that we touched this song. So if you've been here for over a year, then you may have already played the song before. We've got an E, and it's going to jump from that one up 2 notes to that one. So we're going to go from E up to G, and then back down to E. So that one, skip over, and come back down. After that, you're going to go up past the note that you were on just a second ago. So even higher, from E to G to E to A. E to G, and then E to A. And then if you take that note right there, you go to the left 1 note, you'll land on the note for in, which you'll be on a G at that point, and then the first note that you started on. So the E is the first note and the last note of that phrase. So that's the first one to work on. You've got a friend in me. And maybe that's all that you practice this week. Just work on getting that one phrase. You've got a friend in me, along with our track. And our track sounds like this. 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got a friend in me. So then our next phrase that we have would be You've Got a Friend in Me. Same exact words, different notes though. We are going to go back and forth between 2 notes, but it's going to be an A and a C. Now that A that we're going to be playing is the same note you just played for friend. So if you can play that first line, you've got a friend, just remember that note. That's going to be the bottom note, and we're going to go back and forth between the A and the C. You've got a friend in, just back and forth between those 2. And then me is going to be 1 note to the left. Now, this C right here, don't forget that this C is the higher C. You can tell because this line here that connects the A and the C, that line goes a little bit up. So you don't want to go from an A way, 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 way down. You're going to go from that A a little bit up and land on that C because there's 2 C's in the song. So we're going to go from A, C, A, C, A, G. Here is where things get a little bit crazy. So maybe that is all that you want to work on this week. That'd be perfectly fine. At this point, though, we've got When the Road Looks. So maybe just get your left hand ready on that C, and then with your right hand, you're going to play When the Road. A, F, G, C. Jumping way up to a B. Play 2 Bs right there. And then the next note over, which is going to be that C. So right here you can see that's our low, low, low C. And that one right there, that's our high, high, high C. 2 different Cs. Then, and your miles. Whew. Right there. And your miles. So that should be the end of that phrase. And miles, just looking at this next section here. And miles from your, we're back to the low C down there. Nice warm bed. Finally, these next 3 notes are going to be the 3 notes that you started the song on, that E. So if you can get the very beginning part, you've got a friend in me, you've got a friend in me, then just wait for a nice warm bed to come up, and that's going to be also a note that you know. Here's our last section here. We've got you just remem. It's going to start on that really high B that we had a second ago. It was the highest note until this phrase, and we're going to go you just remem. B, C, D, C, jumping way down. I knew it. All right, so we're gonna go from this note. I gotta finish off these last 2 lines, Clapham. That one, down to that one, down to that one, down to that one. So you're gonna skip over 2 notes. From the C to the G, you're skipping over 2. From the G to the E, you're skipping over 1. From the E to the C, you're skipping over 1. You just remem, skip over 2. Burr, skip over 1. What, skip over 1. Your, and then way up to the B. Old pal said, O is going to be an A. You've got a friend in me. And if you wanted to, you could just repeat that last section as well. You've got a friend in me. What? Clapple's already mad at me. What's up, Kendra?
No,
okay.
it's just I wanted to explain our costumes.
Oh, thank you. I always forget to do that. Yes.
So you are Woody.
I'm Woody.
And you have a little Woody in the pocket.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's the best part.
Buzz Lightyear too. I just don't know where to put him. I guess we should go in this pocket. Anyway, and then
I am Jessie.
You're Jessie.
Yeah, I don't have red hair, but I have the hat.
Oh, you didn't buy a wig for this one? You always buy a wig. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
And then Nathan is one of the alien
yes,
dudes.
I picked up on that part.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, let's go ahead.
Point that out, guys.
Thank you. Yes.
Of course, and interrupt the lesson.
We're gonna try to play through this whole thing. Just get the part that you can do. You'll have plenty of time to practice later for all the parts you don't know. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2. Here we go. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from there's your 3 E's. Nice warm bed. The crazy part, you just skip, 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 skip. Oh, you got a friend in me. And then when you're playing by yourself, of course, you can play You've Got a Friend in Me at the end of that. But anyway, I guess it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy our Kids Learn Piano Live Theater video of the week, where we show you a pretty cool remix of this song.
You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a, you got a, you got a, you got a, you got a.
Pretty cool, right? Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
And here we are on level 2, where we play the exact same notes, except we're going to, on our PDF, see what this thing would look like if you were like a professional and given professional sheet music. It would look something more like this. I guess not with all the colors and the letters written in and stuff, but all of the scary, scary lines that show up here. We'll talk a little bit about what some of these mean, but mostly you can join Kloppel Academy for free and learn what all of the lines and stuff mean. And then real quick here, this is just the chart for the treble clef. The treble clef is this fancy little sign right here. And that just means we're going to be playing mostly high notes, which means mostly you'll be playing it with your right hand. So we're going to start on the very bottom line. You can hopefully see that this circle is right on that line right there. So there's a line cutting right through the middle of it. This one is also on a line. It's got a line cutting right through the middle of it. We're back to the E. This one right here, hopefully you can see that's on a space because there's no line cutting through the middle of it. There's just that line above it and the line below it. So this one is on a space. So all you got to do is, if you didn't have the letters written in, like you won't have on level 3 through 5, then you could just go up to this chart and say, all right, this is bottom line down here. If there's a note on that bottom line, it would be an E. So an E would be your starting note. So that's how you find all of the letter names, and then the rest of the stuff just tells you about how to play the notes, not what the notes are. So the lines and spaces tell us what the notes are supposed to be, and then the other lines and stuff tell us how we're going to play it. So this swoopy line, for example, right here, means that we're not actually going to play that note, but these two notes are supposed to be tied together as one big fat note. That swoopy line is called a tie. And there's lots of ties in this one. There's another tie right there and another tie right there. There's a tie right there. And this weird 7-looking guy is just a really quick break, a rest, an 8th rest, which I think you get into in Kloppel Academy level 3. It might be level 2. So it's going to be, you've got a friend in me, hang out for a long, 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 long time, and then break. You've got a friend in me, and that break is that rest right there. Okay, well, since Kloppel's been pretty impatient with me today, let's just go ahead and try this with a track a couple times before he jumps in. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2. Here we go. You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. 2, 3, 4. Break when the road break rough ahead, and you're miles and miles from your nice break warm bed. Break, you just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. All right, that is all of them. We did miss a couple of these swoopy lines over here. They're called ties again, which means you don't play those second notes. Right here, that last note, there's only 2 C's there. Since we have to together. I had a feeling. All right, here we go. Last time, we'll hurry up. Get ready on your first couple notes. Don't worry about the notes you can't get. Just get the ones you can. 2, ready, go. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead, and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. And that's it, which means I guess it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Paul Cole, who says, Dear Jamin, when is Kloppel's birthday and how old will he be? His birthday was actually just passed. It was August 11th, 2013, which I know is pretty young for, he just turned 4, I guess. And it's pretty young for a person, but I guess in penguin years, that's actually pretty old. So we're probably about the same age in penguin, if you count his penguin years. But anyway, August 11th, 2013 is his birthday. Tell us when yours is, Call. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
All right, here we are on level 3. This is where we add in a little bit of left hand. It's not going to be anything too terrible. Mostly it's going to be C's and F's, and then ways to get from C's to F's. For example, going through an E first. We do have an A in there later on. Let's actually just take a look at these and see what we have. By the way, this is all in the bass clef. So this thing right here, that's the bass clef. That means we're going to be playing mostly low notes, and it also means that the lines and spaces are going to be different. So like before, you might remember that very bottom line on that treble clef was an E before, and now it's a really low G. So in the treble clef, bottom line is that note. On the bass clef, the bottom line is that note, because the bass clef is going to be for all these really low notes, and the treble clef is going to be for all these really high notes. So anyway, totally different letters if you have that symbol at the beginning, but there's pretty much just the treble clef and the bass clef. There's not like other clefs that we're going to throw in piano music that's going to trip you up. So if you memorize the treble clef and the bass clef, all the lines and spaces and what the letters are, you're pretty much set from here until forever. So this one here, we've got a C, you've got a friend in me, and then F, you've got a friend in me, and then back down to C. F and C, so it's all F's and C's until right before rough. Lined up with that rest right there is an E. Rough head. Now here's where things get really tricky. This A right here is supposed to be that A, nothing too terrible, except that it's lined up with the second half of these two notes that are supposed to be tied together. So that's supposed to all make one big, huge note. So you're supposed to play head, and while you're holding out head, play that A. That's the tricky part. It's when your left hand lines up with a note, the second part of a note that is tied over. That happens again right here. That F is lined up with this note, which you can see is tied over from before. I think that's about it. Man, Clappel's really impatient today. At the end, we've got a D and a G and a C. And if you're at Clappel Academy level 5 or higher, then you already know about 2 5 1s. And so that's going to be a 2 5 1. It's actually going to be a major 2 5 1, which is a secondary dominant, which you're not going to hit until like Clappel Academy level 6 or so. So here we go. Let's try this thing, and then we'll be checking in with Nathan. 1 and a 2 and a 1 2. Here we go. Next up is an F. You got a friend in me. There's a C. Then that is a lot of notes. I am really curious to see how many of them Nate the Great has come up with. Come on over, friend. Let's get you your headphones and see what we can play here. Have a seat. All right, so what do we have? A little bit of left hand. Level 3, level 2, level 1.
I'm gonna start on level 2.
Level 2. Here we go. This is all right hand. You can either play along with him or just watch him and see how many notes he has so far for You've Got a Friend in Me. On your mark, get set. 1 and a 2 and a 1 2. Here we go. You've got a friend. Yeah. You got a... Beautiful, beautiful. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm, you just remember old pal said, oh, you got a friend in me. Nice job. Cool. Way to go. See ya. there's some stuff in there to smooth out. But overall, I think that went really, really well. I guess this is the part where you point at them and you tell them, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
All right, level 4, this thing is gonna sound more like an actual song that you could play with no track. Just like you went to your cousin's house, they had a piano, and your mom's like, hey, my kid is playing piano. And then you're like, oh no, Mom, why did you say that? And then your aunt is like, hey, well, why don't you play me something on piano? And you're like, oh, but I don't have my tracks with me. If you're on level 4, no problem, because your song is gonna sound like a song even without a track. But let's see what it's gonna look like. This is a little bit scary. We've got, you've got a friend in me. Now this thing right here is totally a thing. So even if you're not on level 4, I would seriously recommend that you just start working on this. If you're like on level 3, this thing right here, that's the thing that you're gonna see in a lot of level 4 songs. That already, whatever you put on top of that, is already gonna sound like something, even if you were like, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Like that already sounds like a thing. So just that little phrase right there, it's gonna be a C with an E and a G, and then a G with an E and a G. And you can use that in almost any song that we do, and it's gonna start to sound really cool. But anyway, after that, we've got a lot of note reading to do, my friends. This right here, watch out for these guys. The top note's supposed to be a B flat. I know usually we try to stick with all white notes here, but couldn't help it. Randy Newman kind of messed us up with his song here. We got a B flat with an E, and then F. There's another flat right there, so here's a regular D, and here's a D flat. D to D flat, and then we're gonna land on a C right here. Let's try just doing, let's just try doing the first line with a track. Here we go. If you're on level 1 through 3, just do your version along with us. 1. You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. All right, so already this thing's starting to feel kind of crazy. This right here is going to be an F, basically the same thing we did with the C chord, but now with an F chord. That right there is that. Then we've got that thing right there. Ooh, we don't have that thing. We've got that. That sounds even better. So it's going to be an A flat with a D on top. That's that one right there. And then it's going to collapse into that. From there to there. I like that. And then walks down. And then miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Good, good, good. So this whole thing right here is the exact same as that thing right there. So that's some good news. You won't even have to learn all of that section. You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, nice. And it's the exact same thing as that right there, with the exception of one note right there. We're going to be playing an E flat, which is right there. And this is for all those Clavicle Academy level 5 or higher people. The E flat is a half step above the D, which is a tritone substitution. Sorry. We're going to be going to the D chord with friend in me, with the D for the 2-5-1 there at the end. Okay, let's try just the left hand if you're on level 4. If you're not on level 4, don't worry about any of this, but later on, do try practicing that thing right there, because that'll be really, really helpful. All right, here we go. Left hand only. And a 2. And a 1, 2. Here we go. You're going to do that exact same thing again. And one more time. Tritone sub. that's pretty much all of level 4. Then we just add in the right hand to that, and then of course you have those chord tones as well. But if none of that made sense and you wish that it did, you can go to learnpianolive.com/level4 for more help. But this time, I'm going to get in front of Clapple and I'm going to say, let's go ahead and go to our feature of the day. Today is going to be Wedding Wars. So here we go. Kendra, I'm going to need your help on this one.
Hi.
Hi. So then I'm going to play 2 notes. You're going to tell me, is it the beginning of the wedding song like this? That's the wedding song, and that would be... Okay, so that's the wedding song. Or am I playing the first 2 notes of Star Wars?
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so then, is this the beginning of the wedding song?
Wait, we're starting. This is so nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay. So this, that would be the wedding song, and this would be Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. You can play it at home. Try to score more than Kendra, but she's always really good at these interval songs because she's starting to have some perfect pitch too, which is not fair. But anyway, here we go. Okay, like, what's your note? I forget. What's the note that you can usually sing? Is it a C?
Middle C.
Middle C?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Okay. All right. So
I know, because in choir we do like the do re mi thing. So
sure. Okay. I did the do re mi thing, and I can't do that. But anyway, here we go. Here's your first 2 notes. Is that the beginning to Wedding Song or the beginning to Star Wars? What do you think, Kendra?
it sounded like the wedding song.
It is. Very nice. What about this one? What do you think? Wedding song?
I think it's the wedding song. Yes.
Yeah,
I
by the
wasn't
way,
sure.
That interval right there is called a perfect fourth. If you're in Clapple Academy level 3 or higher, it might be 4 or higher, then you already know about perfect fourths. But that's the name for it. It's not officially the wedding song interval. It's the perfect fourths. And the other one is perfect fifths. All right, so here we go. Here's the next one.
Okay.
What do you think, Kendra? Yeah. So that's a perfect fifth. One last one. Here we go.
Okay, okay.
What do you think?
Star Wars? Yay!
Nice job. And that was our feature of the day.
I don't... Oh. Do you want to make it look cool?
Make it look cool. Feature of the day.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
I did forget to mention, as I usually do, there's a level 4B for this thing because the actual movie Toy Story is not in the key of C. So we can go to the PDF here. Let me show you. This is level 4B. Is after this page right here. By the way, don't try to print these pages out. These are ridiculous. They will eat up all of your ink. Just print out the couple pages that you want. I think I already said that in the intro. Anyway, this thing is in the key of E flat, which means that normally, like in the key of C, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are the notes that you use. Those are the ones we try to stick to for Kids Learn Piano Live, but this song is actually in the key of E flat, which means that that is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the notes you would use, some black notes and some white notes. So if you want to, you can play this in the key of E flat, which means you'll have E flats and A flats and B flats, and it would sound like you got a friend. And so now we're in the key of E flat, but we're not gonna play in the key of E flat. We're gonna play in the easier key, the key of C for level 5, and we're gonna play 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3. So all we've done is we took C and we made it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. So now we play 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 5, and now we're playing the same exact song, but now we're thinking in terms of numbers so that you can prepare yourself to transpose this, I need to have like transpose. That's awesome. This song into different keys. So you can play it in the key of E flat or any of the other keys you would want to play in. So your left hand is going to be playing the 1 chord because it says 1 right here on the bottom. And so it's just every other note starting on 1. And your right hand would play 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3 while you're holding out that 1 chord or doing whatever you want with that 1 chord until it's time for the 4 chord. But of course, you can go to learnpianolive.com/level5 and learn more about what in the world I'm talking about. Let's try this once through before we check in with Nathan. Here we go. Whatever level you're on, just try that level. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3. 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 5. 6, 4, 5. 1, 7, 7, 6. Yeah! 5, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3. 7, 1. Okay. By the way, your chart for E flat is down there if you're wanting to play this thing in the key of E flat. But enough of my craziness. Let's check in with Nate the Great and see what kind of craziness he has going on, because he is usually pretty awesome at this stuff. Here are your headphones, crazy, crazy man. What level do you want to take a look at this time?
I think I will take a look at level 5.
Level 5, here we go. On your mark, get set, and 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. Yeah. Wow. And you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Not bad. You just remember old pal. Oh, you gotta. And then a 1 chord at the end. Yes. Wow. Okay. It sounds kind of scary how close to my version that was. Yeah, so that was awesome. If you have not gotten as far as Nathan, like I said before, that's not a problem at all, because Nathan learns these songs really, really super fast. But if you just showed up to find out if you won the $10 gift card raffle, let's find out. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Kendra, who's the chat winner?
Dalton 2.
Dalton 2. Chat winner. Way to go. Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Next week, we're actually doing the Star Wars theme. So that'll be pretty cool. We get to see the tournament in action in that far. And until then, send us your videos, fill out the survey. We love you. Bye. Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you. Archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next-song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Clopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.